Welcome everybody back to Learn Mortality Polar Night 2. Last time in Learn Mortality, Larry experienced terraforming. What'll happen today?
Oh boy, I've got to get back to rage.
Get the shovel!
Last time, I'm going to have to set the session quick and dirty because we are jumping right back to an incredibly tense scenario. If you've somehow missed the last episode, it is imperative that you go back and look at it post-haste. Without further ado, though, Larry, in a spark of anger, has rushed back into the South Pole base. Elisar in hot pursuit behind him. Seiko, Lucifer, and Ancelor are still at the front entrance, and I believe we're making motions to enter at the end of last episode. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because Ancelor's going back in.
Okay.
God, I forgot Ancelor was going back in. That changes everything.
We're gonna go here.
Okay. Oh no.
Tali,
Yes.
I would like to set a prediction.
Yes!
Finally! This is a prediction against one of our players. I will be sending it directly to you.
I can't believe you're using it against fucking Mikey first. Oh, okay, sure.
It's probably gonna be accurate. I'm very predictable.
For all the viewers at home, Duncan has variant secret actions. He doesn't get normal ones. He's got different ones because of his class. Oh, okay.
I've been wondering why he hasn't been setting secret actions around the stupid kettle. Alright, Larry's just gonna go.
You run forward, echoing through. What are you thinking at this moment?
Honestly, he's just grumbling about how stupid, how...
I would like to take 4 damage, reduce 2 frostbite.
Okay. You slam open the door. You hear a snap. As you push this door open, you see 3 tendrils just all connected to the door, all cut themselves. You have a split second to react.
Larry's running. He would just push on the speed and try to get past before it snaps shut behind him.
Okay. You're rushing through, you see something fall from the ceiling above you.
Oh, fuck me.
Just with your sheer speed, you are able to bum rush your way through them. They land on the ground, you make it here.
I don't have time for this.
And they seem to start snaking back over. It seems like as you rush through, your just motion pushes all of these guys aside and they float, just kind of wrapping their tendrils around different parts. One attaches to a chair, one attaches to a monitor, and another to the door again.
Don't have time for you!
Oh dear, I'm not going that way, am I? Very well then. Hey Tali, real quick, as Larry continues running, Elisar is not going to take that turn. He's going to go up here to pop out of the fold for a second and try to open up an avenue into Oblivious's chamber from here.
Okay. The ice cores bend and sort of reticulate out in a spiral pattern, opening up before you, and you can see the chamber ahead.
Like a lens, he's gonna hop through.
Okay. You have access.
Oh. Fuck.
Hey, remember what I said we shouldn't have run because we had time at the moment? And now we no longer have that?
What you're looking at is the equivalent of a minefield.
Shit. He's gonna get himself killed if I don't do something.
I'm gonna stop here, right before the door. I'm gonna look up, try to spot the, because I'm betting there's another trap set up on this door.
Is that?
You do not see a trap anywhere. It does not seem like there are any tendrils connected to this door. What you would see, however, is a red light come through. It sees you. It stops. It immediately just, like, gets a different expression and starts to kind of, like, spin around you.
Time!
Speaking of not having time,
Elisar?
Tali,
Yeah.
the tendrils of the jellyfish, what have they been connected to? What are they tethered to right now?
Everything.
Everything?
Just what looks like. Some are to panels of the floor, some are to bits of ice, some are to Oblivious herself. Yeah, everything.
Fine. I'll wait.
Okay.
We're already going. I'm already planning on going loud.
Maybe run in at this moment.
Yes, of course.
Ancelor, I understand your concern, but We need to stop Larry.
I'm also worried the bloke's gonna get himself hurt. We still don't know what that bloody cocoon whatever thing was, right?
Right?
I mean, presumably it's what's puppeteering her, but
And
it's
so
not.
what was that you were saying about turning her off?
What's the thing? I don't know. She was how do I put this? A volatile sort of AI. A lot of highly advanced artificial intelligences run off of a neural network that develops and grows itself, sort of like a culture. If you were to turn it off, you would shut off the culture, which technically means you wouldn't lose the AI, but you would lose all of the neural connections that it's managed to make.
So essentially, it would be a hard reset.
Yeah,
Oh, return the baby then, possibly.
she'd
that.
forget everything.
Oh God! Look at the jellyfish.
Oh, what
That
the
might
hell?
be a kinder fate than dying completely.
Mike, what you doing? Are we general war criming a door?
Yep, on there. One in the ceiling.
So, an explosion rocks the base, and you are going to blast open the door. You will see that there was actually 3, again, yellow jellyfish up sort of in the ceiling, all of them burnt to a crisp from the explosion. And furthermore, as you just hear this metallic groaning sound, kind of like how you would hear just a big structure keeling over from around the corner.
Okay, I'm going to plot's point that when Elisar was passing by all of those containment cells, all those terrariums, they had left out a very strong cleaner product. Something like a powerful detergent that they were using to scrub down the tanks.
Makes sense. All right.
I'm going to plot's point that he picked that up, and knowing jellyfish have a tendency to absorb, that they are semi-permeable creatures,
Oh.
what he is going to do is he's going to first make sure that it's safe to step out of the fold. So he's going to check above him for any jellyfish that might be up there in the ceiling.
You see
I'm
none.
gonna spray them with bleach.
Yeah, I have an idea. Because this is a very specific part of visions that the manipulation of space, while it can form connections and change something's volume, I guess is the right word for it, it doesn't actually physically affect anything. All visions changes is the surface area of something. It's not actually technically changing anything about the target. This is just revealing more of the target's true physical dimensions. It's kind of weird. So what I'm going to do, knowing that it's not actually going to be causing any physical changes to the room, or like atmospheric changes, so it's not going to be causing any sort of
Shouldn't snap
wind
the
current,
tension.
air current. Shouldn't cause any of that to happen. He's going to create, using the tentacles, he's going to have them web out across the entire room, stretching across all of the jellyfish, creating a connection between them. A connection that exists, that encompasses the whole room, but only really exists at a small point in space, similar to Watchdog Water Dragon.
Holy shit, okay.
And he's going to soak that point in the basic solution.
Oh my god.
In bleach.
Gonna try to basically poison all of them at once.
You're just gonna fucking BP oil spill these jellyfish, okay.
Yes, I am.
Alright, okay. That is a ingenious thought. I think... Remember before how we had you roll range?
Oh dear. Okay.
This seems like one of those cases where I think it'll work. I just want to see if you can get all of them.
Okay.
The House of Dreams that are currently swirling around Oblivious with their Aurora Australis connected to her, both of them turn and look at you, and in that instant you will see that all of the jellyfish in the room, it's almost like the natural decay of soap bubbles. Eventually the surface tension just becomes too weak, and with the introduction of a basic solution to them that just, as a knotted together network, naturally flows up their tendrils because they are absorbent by nature, all of them start just kind of melting.
Elisar waves and goes back into the fold.
A chunk of ice is gonna land on the ground next to you from one of the House of Dreams.
Oh.
You got all of them.
Alright, Elisar is just going to kind of like brush his hands off and is going to turn his attention to the wild things in the corridor.
Lucy, do you have your communicator still?
Naturally.
Could you tell Elisar that what?
He's in the
That's what it's
fold, he
looking-
can't hear you! Not that he'd care anyway!
There, you don't need to kill her. Just turn her off. It'll completely reset her.
Tali, could I roll brains? Gauge what Elisar is doing, knowing how Elisar's tactics and how things are going on.
Ooh.
I want to see if Lucy and Cannon could figure out that there might be a fold in the wall that Elisar
Figure out where
would have gone
Elisar
ahead.
probably would have gone using some deductive reasoning. I love
Mhm.
that. Yeah, sure.
You know me pretty well by now.
Nice. Okay. You pause for a moment. You don't know where he would have gone, but then you think about it. He wouldn't have directly ran into the electricity. It's probably at the other end of the room somewhere if he left this room.
Ansela, Seiko, feel the walls. I feel like Elisar would have definitely done something with visions. There's no way that he would go immediately into danger. He's probably trying to cut off Larry.
I suppose.
He's gonna see Oblivious here and is gonna
Yeah, she flips through
look
the
at
wall,
Oblivious.
blinking, winking. This sort of twinkling red light coming through. There's a strained look on it, I think is the best way I'd put it. Uncertain.
This seems to be, as we understand, a sort of manifestation from Oblivious.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the dogs, correct? There would there be a similar manifestation?
What do you mean?
When the dogs ran through Lucy and did the everything is fine smile,
Those
thing.
dogs. Yes, okay. Mm-hmm.
would this be something that could interface in a similar way? Because this feels directly connected to the king we saw at Puzzle Plank.
Okay.
It seems more oblivious than Oblivious is right now.
Give me a brains roll. And add your, stand knowledge trait. So, well, immediately you might not be able to figure out how. It actually seems like you've keyed on to,
Exactly what Oblivious was trying to tell you in the moment.
because tucked away back behind here, you see it kind of shoving and nudging this, coming back out to you. Oh, there's a radio tucked in back there. Weird.
Seiko, keep looking for Elisar. The siblings are also going to move over here.
And, this red dot has a bizarre field.
Yes!
And it's separate from the other things.
Would this be considered a contested role initiated by me?
Yeah, it would.
I wonder, those wild things before, they said extremely strange things considered your circumstance, but you seem different, you seem separate, you seem more her. Are you actually Oblivious's will?
Yeah, you're correct.
Knowing the situation, knowing Larry's rampage, Lucy's not gonna hesitate like he did before in the flashback. He's gonna look at the radio and he's going to adjust it.
Okay. You turn it on. You're going to hear a crackling sound, and I need to make a roll real quick. And then the sound is gone, and then you can't see the radio anymore. And instead of a radio, before you is, sort of half body, but it's definitely her. She stands there, sort of just like head in the wall, places her hands together and just goes, that worked. Hello.
No, Oblivious. How can we help?
Things are a little bit messy right now. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so you see how I'm here, right? But I'm also over there in the other room, and there's a lot of nasty things coming in here that sort of look like my friends. I've been taking a look around. Larry, the knight?
Yeah, he's
He's
on a warpath.
I figured I shouldn't get in his way. He looked a little angry.
Oh, you probably already tried to contact him. Okay.
I don't know how long I can talk to you, by the way. Eventually it's going to notice and it's going to shut me up.
Sorry for walloping you earlier. Thought it would help.
It's okay.
A major question. What happens if whatever's in there is destroyed? The thing that's resembling you?
I go away.
Okay. I'll try my best to make sure that doesn't happen. You at least deserve The same chance we gave Millie.
Oblivious, frowns.
We need to figure out how to... The stuff on your back. Anything gleamed. Was that placed there by the devil? Or was that Bliss?
It's some of the devil's creation. Oh, that I'm sure. That's the reason I haven't been able to properly communicate with all of you. I can speak my mind now. It's excellent. I don't have to go through metaphor. How do I put this?
How do we save you?
I don't know. I want to say it's as simple as removing the parasite.
Oh, if that is it, maybe Elisar might be the key here. Maybe there's a way to have visions separate you enough for us to pull you away.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try our best, kid. We're not gonna give up on you, that's for sure.
Anselo, I'm definitely going to need you to interface with the programs that you were trying to get earlier.
I'll do my
A
best.
little bit less sneaky, a little bit less more. Save your niece.
Yep.
He gives her a wink. She smiles. And if, for whatever reason, she kind of just like tips her hand and you see a blue staticky crown kind of materialize in it. If for whatever reason the Regency has to step down, we understand. Just do what you can.
I'll do what I must.
I'll be looking over you. If you need to speak to me, make a loud noise. Any loud noise will do. Doesn't matter where from.
Oh, good. My brother's extremely loud. I'll let him call for you. Yeah.
Right.
Golden girl. Smashy smashy?
Smashy smashy.
Smashy smashy!
I was going to recommend subterfuge. Oblivious holds a finger up, but I see that we're already skipping that part.
If they're smashing
Just
through,
explosion.
can I hear that?
You're going to if Encore smashes through.
Okay, if I hear them start to try to break down this wall, he's gonna look over to where the sound is coming from, and then back at the wild things. What's their reaction to all of this?
They would turn.
We don't know they're there.
They turn!
Gonna peek around the corner. Oh dear, look at that.
And Larry, you come around the corner. Oh, that looks bad.
Oh, dear God, what is that?
Whoa.
Hovering,
You wanna
sort
know
of
what I think it looks
dragging
like?
a spinning saw blade about 5 feet off the ground.
It looks like the thing I took the other 2 arms off.
Hey, it's your friend. He's seen better days.
Yeah, gonna see a lot worse ones too. 1, 2.
Covered in jellyfish polyps. It looks infected, is the best way to put it.
Okay, so apparently those things can take over mechanical things. That's fun to know. As I put my head back around the corner, as I don't want to get it taken off.
Yeah, of course.
I like the idea of the wild things are like looking over there, looking back, looking over there, looking back. Where's the sound coming from?
There's like just a multitude of twigs. They look either side. One of them barks up towards the House of Dreams. One breaks off and goes with this one. This one is jumping this way.
I'm gonna break the ice because I know it's
The
made
other
of
two go to
fucking
investigate this shit.
butterflies.
So the explosion rockets it, and essentially through the fumes and the balls of like combustive gas, you just see a fireball come tumbling down the hallway.
Oh fuck, it just tanked it. Didn't even damage
It
the
doesn't
little
look like
fucking
it did
polyps.
anything.
It didn't even damage the fucking polyps. Shit. I don't have time for you! I am going to regret my decisions. Larry is pissed. So Larry is going to channel him on into his hand, into his ice hand. The sunflower seeds in it are going to harden and shoot out into the knuckles, and I'm just gonna fucking punch it in the face.
Ooh, alright. Clock it in the face, and there is this restabilization that occurs. As it is knocked gently off course, some of the fire going out from it, like such, listing backwards. And then it sort of recenters itself. It does not seem like you did anything to it, though.
Fucking gyroscope auto-restabilizes. I'll just have to bend it so it can't spin anymore. Also, I'm trying to monologue that it can recenter itself like a gyroscope.
I would say you're partially
Resist
correct.
moving effect. Alright.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, you're on the right track.
Encore's gonna look at Lucy. Lucy's gonna look at Encore. They're both gonna nod at each other. All right, you get information. I'm gonna go figure out where LSR is. Excuse me, ladies. Excuse me. Okay, here I go. Encore's gonna make himself unstoppable, and he's just gonna.
He's gonna punch himself through.
He's
Leave a
just gonna
comical
fucking,
encore shape hole.
Like blasting through.
Like
He's
that one
gonna pop up
SpongeBob
here.
scene.
Hey, good morning.
Two wild things. Twing, 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 twing.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Well, I thought this place would be more guarded.
You don't know why, but one of the wild things seems pissed off.
What, did you like that wall? You know what? We can talk later. Over a spot of tea with Oblivious. Encore's gonna walk over to this one, is gonna clasp his hands together, and he's just gonna wham it down into the ground.
Alright. You wham it down! It doesn't budge. Encore, what the fuck? This thing stands.
This thing is entirely stoppable. Oblivious. Okay, knowing if you know your own internal systems, is there an easy way to kind of separate you from whatever thing is currently guiding your hands at the moment, even for a moment?
That's the weird part. I'm not supposed to be physical. I'm not physical, as you can see.
But you, in there,
Right. I'm trying to figure it out too. I don't understand it. Frankly, you should be able to interface with me through, look for a laptop. I'm serious.
really?
Uh-huh.
Uncle has the laptop.
She looks
Lucy
at
just,
you
like, looks
and
up to you.
pales.
They both turn over to the.
Look over the rubble spilling out of the wall and the sound of combat.
I was moving out of this corner, so I could very quickly pop out of the fold and go onto comms. So that while their attention is turned towards that corner of the room, I can hide over here, like underneath these pipes. I can like duck underneath them and go on comms.
Lucifer, Seiko, if you're there, you better have a plan because you just made things a whole hell of a lot more complicated.
Well, I've just figured out that we just need to interface with Oblivious. Hopefully we can glean some information from that. So, if you see Encore, tell him to come back. Because he's kind of... I let him go play.
There are currently 2 wild things in the room. There may be more in a minute.
Oh. You just hear, like, away from the communicator, hey, Num, can you go get your brother, please?
Lucifer,
Do that.
listen to me. I have already spent our last get out of jail free card. If you do not know what you are doing, get out of here with your lives. Grab Ancellor, go to the shuttle loop. Meet up with Team Tunnel Rats, get back to base. I'll deal with the corporal. Just trust me on this.
We have a couple working ideas.
Unless I wouldn't be who I am if I were to do that.
Very well then. I'll handle Larry.
Have you not realized we're a bunch of idiots who have no sense of self-preservation?
I would like to counter that, mate. Yeah. What the
Speak
fuck?
for yourself.
You
Jesus
can be the
Christ,
idiot with no
Seiko.
self-preservation. I'm trying to keep my ass straight here, mate.
I'm gonna go home.
Fair enough.
You want
Just
that?
know that
You
if
go
this
fucking run and get it, mate.
goes poorly for you, I have no way of pulling you out if I'm preoccupied with Larry.
No offense, Elsa. I don't expect you to save me ass. If I get into a bad spot, it's my own damn fault. Do what you can.
No, it is not your fault this time.
And how not? I'm not just gonna leave my niece behind.
I'll make sure nothing happens to her. Either I get the corporal out of this, or neither of us are leaving. It's either both of us or neither of us.
Oh. Well, Elsa, worst comes to worst, I look forward to your next resurrection.
Alistar's going to go back into the fold. I'll go up here and shut this door. He's gonna go into the fold.
Encore, you are going to get jumped by 2 wild things.
Naturally. Encore is going to just strong man try and catch them and push them. Spikes be damned, owl, but still alive.
All right. The residual knockback is able to force this one back, dealing 3, and this one, you are able to catch it in basically a headlock.
Oh, you're now in the most dangerous position with me.
Larry about to catch his hands.
So you do hear a buzz saw coming down.
Larry's focusing on the body. Act 3 would just try to catch it on his sword.
It still spins in, and parts of the blade start to crack. You're going to take 1.
I'll take that.
Could have been a lot worse. Ensler is just going to go,
Guys, I think, where the fuck did they go?
Oh dear. I'm going to have Rolly Roll Flit over next to Encore and slap 7 shades of shit out of this other wild thing.
okay. As it's falling back down, it's going to shake its back off and fire ice spikes up at you. Escalation.
Escalation.
Oh! The icicles, you are able to claw them out of the way, and you come in for a punch directly towards its face, and the wild thing jumps up and bites onto Rolling Girl's neck and pulls her down. You're going to take 8.
Oh!
Larry trying to come up with something he can do. Act 3 is going to shove the spinny thing back a bit, come forward and put his sword on the edge of this thing like a grindstone, thing to try to catch all the polyps and just cut them all off at once.
Okay. As you're this close to it, you notice all around it how I described that it was coated in fire earlier. That description might not actually be the best anymore, because you can still see little motes of something kind of just hanging in the air all around it. As Act 3 comes in to sort of just grate into it with his Buster Sword, it's almost like you're seeing bits and parts of your explosion still going off all around it. So as you start to collect them on the sword, you most certainly do collect them on the sword. As this happens, one of them just bloop into the sword, and a spark of red electricity up and down the sword. You're going to take 2.
If I had to make a guess, yellow ones can discharge electricity, blue ones act like sensor neurons. These can control neurons. They're gain control of machinery they attach to.
Yeah, you're correct. Your scatter turns on. Larry, you hear Millie's voice in this very tense moment.
Except I don't.
Oh,
Larry
did
took
you
off his
take
big
it off?
glass session and I never put it back on.
Hey everyone! Everyone else hears. I'm getting information from Larry's scouter, which is still on in his pocket for some reason. Is there any reason why he would have turned it off?
He's having an episode.
I see. I figured I should give you a heads up. I've gotten enough information on the red jellyfish. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Particularly, they can absorb electricity in all of their forms, that much is known. However, this form seems to have some sort of a static disruption around it, which destabilizes the flow of gravity. Enough so that if there's enough electromagnetism, it can even simulate stopped time in a local area. Very small local area, but still, temporal distortions. Furthermore, they can take control of any of the mechanical frostbitten and use them for their own devices. Frostbitten class snowflake. Designation: Tiny Glowing Screens. Part 3.
You're officially welcome to grab your crutches. Synchronize your watches and pour us a couple scotches. People still in statues can't catch us with buggers.
I love these jellyfish arts. Think it's an A power.
I do.
Okay.
So, can someone please tell Corporal that he is in close range of an artillery explosion ready to be re-triggered on him?
I don't suppose you want to volunteer, Ansel.
Oi! Larry! That thing's covered in your bombs, mate!
What?
It's going to explode!
Num is going to make her way into the room to go attain laptop from brother and see that he's in a headlock. Hey sis.
Hello, found some friends?
Yeah, we're just having a little tussle.
Encore, you have the solution to the problem in your mouth. She holds out a hand. Laptop?
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Just as like this, he's like tussling with the wild things. Hang on. He was one-handing this, was just. There you go.
Oh dear. I'm not sure exactly what, but it seems like they may be onto something. I suppose I'll trust them for now.
Oh, wait, I have two hands now. Sis, can you step back for a second?
Sure.
Marbles returns to head.
Yo, Encore found his
Encore. Hey, buddy. Can you do me a favor? Can you check and see if there's a basement here?
The wild thing cocks its head like a dog looking for a treat. The other one shakes, rolling girl like a plush toy.
Big, meaty hand.
Oh, fuck.
Whap on the other side of the. I haven't suplexed something in a long time.
Encore, that
Here
dog's
we
about to
go.
bite the hand that feeds him. It mouth up, jumps up to meet you.
Oh shit!
It bites onto your hand. Encore, you're going down with it.
Nice.
All right, so now there are two idiots in a room with a fucking dog on them.
I got it.
Elisar saved the idiots.
I got it.
Take two from the fight.
Marble second.
I have other concerns right now.
Num's gonna return laptop in hand. Wait, this Duncan, it's too strong.
You got
Numb's
yourself
gonna walk
into
back.
this mess, Encore. You get yourself out. Laptop?
He's gonna look at the dog. Truce.
Bites harder.
Okay, ooh, you got the laptop, very good.
Yes, and my hand feels like it's about to be squeezed off. Encore's fist fighting a dog.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't leave a scar. He like looks at his hand where you see like the indents of the teeth.
building, yeah. Oblivious looks down, and you can see she just like a little exclamation mark appears above her head. That's it! Yes, that one!
Open the wine.
Oh, lovely. Num hands it to Lucy. Lucy's gonna back up, is gonna prop it right here so we have a space for the thing.
Okay, so when you pop it open, you may recall from last time when I described when you got this, it doesn't have power.
Right. Hey, Sick, we got a spare charger.
Well, you better go find an AC adapter, I guess.
Start making my
Oh,
way.
actually, I know where bonus parts were kept in the. Hold on a minute. None of you attached to. Okay, you're good. You're cool.
Yeah, careful with the jellyfish.
Be careful. Be careful. Oh, you cheesy bastard. Lucy, one of them's connected to the thing with the cord in it. What do I do?
Oh. Well, why don't you just... Wait, you don't have it. You don't have it.
I just carefully open it.
And slow.
Yeah,
The jellyfish. The yellow ones. Be careful just touching things.
That's one way to charge a laptop really fast.
Don't worry, I was thinking about that.
If anyone could pull that off, it would be Elisar, and he has other issues to worry about.
Okay, I'll see these goobers getting dog mauled, getting actually fucking getting murked by Princess.
And Lassie over there.
Princess and Ragnar, Earth Destroyer. And Elisar is going to then remember. It does seem odd that this place doesn't seem as well defended as he would have predicted it would have been in the split second that I left. And he's going to remember something. Last time he was in this chamber, there were 4 emperors about to be formed.
That is true.
He's going to look around the room to look for any sort of subtle light flickering, any sort of weird, small, like mechanical malfunctions happening. He's just going to know what use his knowledge about these emperors to just like peek through the fold, see if they are here in the room with them right now.
Give me a precision roll, please.
I'm
dear.
resolving those ones. I'm rolling like
Before
shit
you
today.
resolve, escalation. If you want it.
I'll take it.
Saving your resolve. Okay. You pan through. At first, you don't see any aberrations in the light, but you do see slight pixelation in the corner.
Which corner?
The left one. Over here.
Slight pixelation, you say?
Yeah, it's almost like the remnants of them, as if they were in this room, but they're not anymore.
It's even more worrying. Shit. Okay, well, I suppose that gives me an opening then to deal with these two. Yet again, taking another page from Watchdog Water Dragon's book, understanding what would happen to energy and matter as it expands and gains thermal energy.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna pour a bit of gasoline into the kettle. Like, this is a fucking Breaking Bad fucking scene, okay? He's going to drop a bit of gasoline in there, light it up. He's going to immediately put the top back onto the kettle so that fire starts shooting out of the spout. He is then going to distort that spout so that it shoots flame, not into the fold, but out back into their world, to where these motherfuckers are. He's going to aim it so a spout of fire burns their asses. It causes them to release them.
Hell yeah! Blasted. Rolling Girl is dropped. Encore is also dropped.
I hate that you named them.
You named them!
Yeah, but you actually named them. They're tokens.
If you don't pay
now
attention...
I can discern them.
No, don't worry
Now I
about
can
it.
discern them. Now I can recognize them.
Now you can feel distress when they inevitably die.
Okay, that'll be my turn then.
Okay. First and foremost, you're still in the fold, right?
Yes.
So both of them are going to look just kind of surprised in this direction, looking for the fire. Neither of them see it. I'm going to give them a brains roll. Hey, they both rolled a 6. They're both thinking. They both escalated. What the fuck? Okay. 5 and 6. Okay, no, they have no fucking clue. All right. They are going to both jump back on Rolling Girl. Seiko, you have 2 dogs coming at you.
Moment to get away.
Catch one of them as it flies towards her and slam it into the other.
Which one are you grabbing first?
The weaker one first.
So you grab the weaker one, you slam it into the stronger one, and as it is smashed, it is going to take 3. Larry?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Jellyfish all around. There's this sparking electricity in the air, and then it vanishes. This one here with 3 HP in the center. If Tiny Glowing Screens Part 3 has at least 3 health that it has absorbed, it can use this ability. So it sacrifices itself, and the explosion, it suddenly comes rocketing back out towards you. You rolled a 17 earlier, that's a 17.
I'm going to pump them on into the sunflowers that I popped out like spiked knuckles earlier, and they're going to sprout and bloom, and I'm going to force them to grow into a wall of sunflowers.
I like that. Your wall of sunflowers up, and the fire singes through, essentially eviscerating it, and the heat is able to get through the gaps in the breaks of the sunflower's stems. You do still block a significant portion of the damage. You're going to take only 5. Skating off the sides of this contraption, almost like steam off of a newly built machine. It spins its arm back, its singular arm, up vertically above it, and the gyroscope begins to spin faster and faster. I'm going to spend both of its actions for spin.
Okay.
Furthermore, you are going to see as the wild thing here jumps here, and 2 more are running in behind it, and 1 turns off and goes towards Elisar. Well, you don't know Elisar's there, but it goes off that way.
Rumble in the Jungle's still going on over here. Rolling Girl is just going to kick this one square in the face.
You take its head clean
I'm gonna
off.
try to drop a bomb directly on the inside of the center spinning thing.
On the inside of it, okay.
Oh, you're gonna cornhole it.
Lucy, trauma-ridden from what happened in the tunnels, he's just gonna scour the ceiling.
Hazard a glance behind you. That's a big uh-oh.
Yeah.
They're slinking secretly along the ceiling.
Seiko, above you! Throw a spin ball at Big Boy.
Big boy, alright. Right through it, popping it. And then there is a sort of static discharge as this one explodes. The static lances into the one next to it. This one explodes. The static lances into this one. This one explodes. Seiko, there's an explosion of electricity above you.
Seiko's gonna try to just hit the deck.
That's a bronze roll.
I feel bad, but that's what's happening next turn anyway.
It's a lot better this way than if it had ambushed her, let me tell you. The electricity does get into the metal grate in the ground and shock you for 5 still.
Hey,
I
there
will
was a-
spend my last resolve.
Oh, Amy. Okay.
Seiko, are you okay?
I taste toast.
Ah, good. Your neurons are still working.
Those ones aren't, that's for sure.
Yeah. Although, that is kind of strange how they kind of moved almost independently, unlike the others. The other ones are... Wait. Do they just, like, sense the electromagnetic field around things? Was it just coming towards Is it just sensing us and ambushing us from above?
You described it perfectly.
Oh, good. We get to hear the Act 2 song.
We're doing these in reverse. I love it.
Yep.
Really clicks on your scouter. That seems precisely what they're doing. Something about them, they're able to distort static fields to make themselves nearly translucent. On top of that, they're just naturally attracted to anything with an electrical field. Which means that you, as human beings, are natural beacons to them. It's a lot closer to an ambush predator. Just try not to let it catch you off guard. Frostbitten glass, snowflake, designation, tiny glowing screens, part 2.
When the sun burns out, we'll light the world with tiny glowing screens. Tiny glowing screens, glowing screens. When the sun burns out,
Oh, I've heard this song. Oh, this is great.
I love these guys.
I could love this one. All the jellyfish are top tier.
Behind you, Lizzie, you're gonna hear Ansler just go, Eureka! Okay! Got it! He's holding up a cable.
Alright, come on, let's help your niece.
Excuse me, little ones, don't touch. God, I hate those things.
Yeah, go ahead. Larry's fine.
I don't trust you on that one. Alright, Oblivious. I'll see what the doctor ordered.
He's gonna hand the cable to Seiko.
It's like it's all up to me. Damn, I'm pulling blanks today, gang. But that's okay. Because sometimes when you pull blanks, you just, surprise attack, motherfucker!
With the flipper.
I karate chop the back of the dog's neck.
Oh, okay, roll bronze! You little psycho. Don't you have like a bonus on your bronze attacks from your class?
Only if I'm going berserk.
Okay, and you're not, right? Okay.
It fucking gets up, fucking stares at you.
Elisar's going to turn to Rolling Gold, or Rolling Girl. Just run! Get out of here!
Hello.
Using its agility, thanks to House of Dreams, this one is going to hop behind you, Larry.
Oh boy.
The centrifuge, its gyroscopic hand starts to spin faster and faster, and it is going to angle it directly down and try and slice at Act 3.
Act 3 is going to try and just parry it with his sword again, honestly. He's stupid, he's overconfident.
Alright. Every single swing that comes in and hits you, it's stronger and stronger and stronger. This one breaks your stance entirely, Act 3, and cuts you across the chest. You take 6.
Motherfucker! Can you stop fucking up? I'm trying!
There is the sound of bashing and banging on the side of this door. It does not seem like it's going to hold for much longer, and Elisar, the wild thing, leaps at you.
Alright, it's leaping at me?
Yeah.
Elisar goes low. He slides underneath it and is going to try to kick it in the stomach and fling it into the door.
Oh, fuck yeah. Alright. 6 damage as it jumps on and bites you.
Ah! And bad doggy!
Seiko's gonna plug in and start powering on the laptop. Meanwhile, Rolling Girl is gonna come up behind the dog here while it's lashing at Elisar, kind of just grab it around the neck and snap it.
Dude, Princess going down fighting. Holy shit. She's still not dead.
Still not dead. You grab it around the neck and crack, it takes 2.
Oh, right. It doesn't have a vertebrae. I don't think.
Oblivious, what am I doing? I guess I'm gonna look for that interface then.
So when you open up this interface, it's the exact same one that you saw back in the defense protocol. It's a small chat window with a simulated 3D image of Oblivious.
Okay.
And she's standing there, smiles at you. And what you notice specifically is that her mouth is covered over in a log. Lucy and Ansler, I'm going to let you react to this. Because Seiko's not going to see this from her perspective. But you guys are. As Seiko's holding on to this, spikes sure do seem to be growing out of the back of the laptop.
What?
Uh-huh. You notice cracks and rivulets forming in the back of the laptop screen. Seiko's too engrossed with using it, but...
Is that what's coming out of Oblivious in their core chamber?
Oh, you're right.
Those little spikes.
They're like little pink crystals.
Yes, they were specifically pink. Okay.
Furthermore, the reason I'm giving you two a reaction is because it looks like it's about to swing around and attack Seiko.
Okay, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, you've seen this before.
Yeah, yes, I have.
There he is.
Oh, hello.
No, I'm kind of like baseball dives to try and touch this thing as it begins its track to try and attack Seiko.
Okay. God, it rolled near max. That is insane. Doesn't fucking matter though, because you grab the fucker and you stop it.
Let's go.
Safe.
Its little like claw-like hands start just making er-ee as it strains against like the stopping power. It's still trying to claw at Seiko.
Oh, good catch, no?
Thought that looked strange. What are you, nasty little thing?
Like these weird crystals.
You notice that the oblivious eye behind Seiko just kind of like it looks like it just deflates. It looks sad.
Huh.
Anslar, I'm open to suggestions.
Okay, well, let's start with this. What are we trying to accomplish? Are we trying to detach that thing from her? Shut her off?
Exactly.
Reboot her? Okay.
Detach that thing if we can.
Well, where is
We'll
it
do her if we
rooted
have
in?
to.
What is it connected to?
Well, her physical form in there, her back.
I think what we should do is figure out what that body actually is, because Oblivious has explicitly stated that she does not have a physical body.
And she didn't make that body herself out of anything physical, so it's probably another illusion?
It's like, it might be a projector to bring out the blueprints.
What if that's it? What if it's like another blueprint? What if that stuff's in its back? It's like part of the blueprint, you know? Or it's physically in the blueprint. I don't know what that means, but...
For shits and giggles, I'm going to type in disable projectors.
Disable projectors. You see,
All
okay,
illusions
actually,
fall.
you see an autocorrect jump up. Disable autocorrects to disable speakers. That's interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
What would that do?
Because the speech is still going on.
Right,
Oh.
enabling speakers quick.
She's been okay, so she's been muted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to type in enable speakers.
Oh! Okay. Give me a brains roll.
All right.
Over the speakers, the speech starts playing again throughout the room, and in the room over, and in the room where Larry is, and in the room where Elisar is. Everyone, you all hear it just sort of echoing around again.
Oh, with this shit.
Yeah! Larry, who fucking knows why that's happening? It's just annoying, honestly. You're going to see a form materialize in the center of the room. Much more fully, like, made at this point, much more complete. Looking around, she just goes, "Oh, that's closer to right. Nasty little thing, completely taking over all of my normal systems. Hello?
What do you want me to do?
Still don't know.
Tried to reach behind the laptop and rip this sucker off.
Okay, you notice it clicking and gyrating like a fucking crab?
I'm looking at the back of the laptop to see how this thing's attached.
Okay,
Just
so
kind of
what you
just
see
emerged from
is
it?
essentially, you know the rippling sort of look that water makes when something is first indented into it?
Yeah.
It looks like that, where those pink crystals from beneath it, kind of like cables, are just chunk, 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 chunk into the back of the laptop, and they have ripples where they have connected.
I'm gonna have this cat come over and start trying to bite those things off. Try to rip it out with his mouth.
Okay.
Being precise as possible.
Seiko, you are now initiating a roll for the first time. This thing has a 2-point bizarre field. It is the same bizarre field as the other thing.
Called it! I fucking called it!
I'm open to suggestions.
Rolling gold with surgical precision. You jump up. Chunk, chunk, chunk. You start unplugging it. The eyeball starts panicking. Its hands start clawing around trying to stop Rolling Gold from doing anything, but because of Numb's stopping ability, it's unable to do so, as it is fully disconnected from the back of the computer, falls on the ground, upside down, its arms clawing at the air, as you deal 30 damage to it.
Oh my god!
And it turns to
there goes a few
fucking
of those
slush.
Oh no, wait, it's not spending the points, is it? Oh shit, it's not spending the points.
It's
Guys, it didn't
not.
spend the points. Guys, it didn't spend the points.
Wait, you're right, you didn't spend the points. Oh shit.
All right. Oh, wait. Now you can monologue.
You can monologue.
It's a colony, goddammit.
There's more than one of you, isn't there? You're a colony, aren't you?
Colony of frostbitten. Interesting. And as it fades out, yeah, that was too easy.
After doing that, Tali, is there any change on the screen?
Yeah. The lock goes away on Oblivious's face.
Holy shit, we figured it out. Guys, we figured it out.
We gotta find all these little
And
crabs.
you see
This
her.
whole place is bugged.
You see her look at you, and she squints her eyes and smiles.
You say hi at your service. What can I do for you?
The things that's attached to you, where is it?
Things? You're going to have to be more specific. Could you clarify, please? What do you mean by thing?
Parasitic monitor stand embedded in your back.
In my back. Do you mean my backup drives?
Yes.
Analyzing the backup drives. Would you look at that? It appears that all 95 backup drives have been corrupted. Would you like me to purge the corruption?
Yes.
The other Oblivious just goes, wait,
no.
Stop.
End task.
Task.
Alt F4.
Pausing task. Completion percentage, 0.5%.
Oblivious over here glitches a little bit, and it's just,
Phew. Okay. No.
They're more
Obviously.
than just backups, aren't they? That would be
It's
confusing, wouldn't it?
probably me. I can't imagine why. Could be anything else.
Oblivious is gonna comedically point. It's a flat image, you don't know where she's pointing.
Could you show me on a map of the base?
Oh, of course. Here is a map of Isotilla, Antarctic Research Base.
It shows you a full map of the Antarctic and a little dot that is completely indiscernible.
Right, that's my fault. Show me a map of the Ice Core Lab.
Zooming in on the Ice Core Labs.
You get a useful map now?
Mark location of the drives.
Backup drives are located in the anterior laboratories. Here.
And she points out the spot that you found, where there's the thing with the thing in its back.
If you want me to walk you through a step-by-step physical dismantling process, I'd be more than happy to do so.
I look over at Oblivious.
Oblivious shrugs, and then she just goes,
I don't think self-preservation's in that version.
want to be honest.
Bad idea. Got it. Elisar, if you can hear me, look for metal crabs!
What? No! What? Stop! Ah!
Run the girl, help him!
Help me!
I'm coming, buddy!
Holy shit, this whole
Explosion
scenario.
noises.
God,
Fuck it, I'm spending resolve.
spending
I
resolve?
haven't spent one this whole time. I'm
All
spending
three
resolve. I'm
seasons
just
right
re-rolling
now.
the whole damn thing.
Okay, yeah, fair. Oh,
Yay!
An explosion rockets the inside. Boom, 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 boom. You notice it starts spinning around violently as it takes 16 damage unopposed.
Oh!
So that's what it is. Your weak spot's on the inside.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so, you guys, can you transfer some more information to Corporal? Wait, who is that on the computer?
Your sister. We'll get to that later.
Okay, right, later. I really, someone should tell him to put his counter back in because this is starting to get really frustrating.
We've got crabs now.
There aren't any crabs, Elisar, I don't know. I've never
What, you
seen
said
a
the dude was
crustacean
sniffing his-
before.
Crab frostbitten now. I'm sorry, I have my hands full over here.
This monster has been a pain in our rears ever since that encounter with Anselo earlier. No wonder. Well, some sort of holding cell. No likely constructed by the good doctor for who knows what. But it looks like it's seen better days. The construction of its design is a perfect replica of the natural energies of the universe. It's honestly a beautiful marvel of technology. It's able to perfectly utilize the Coriolis effect to stabilize itself and become near impervious to attacks from the outside, mimicking abilities that closely resemble, even directly resemble at times, what modern-day spin users would use. Furthermore, it's just one big jail cell. The Doesn't seem like it expects the prisoner to fight back. Frostbitten class Glacier. Designation: the circle in the square.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
I don't know how you did it, but I don't know how you did this, Tali.
I do it.
I have no idea how to describe it, but this is one of the scariest designs in this entire game.
Oh, hell yeah.
I
Because
love
it is exclusively not human or animal at all.
And it's still a human.
It's still a human, it's still got meat.
Speed question mark. What speed?
Yeah, that's why there's a question mark.
Well, I'm glad Larry is the one facing it, because it seems like he's a direct counter to it.
In this stage, yes.
Now that he's learned how to counter it.
Yeah.
If I can keep it still, yes. It can still technically move.
And it is still your turn. That was just the bombs.
Yep. I'll use my action again to summon more bombs, because I need them. I need this thing dead.
As it seems to be coasting towards you, there is almost an inhuman amount of fury in this thing. Larry, this is weird, but you finally get it. Why it's coming for you specifically. It has a fucking grudge.
I'm wondering what. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I took off its other 2 arms. Fine. You want to play that game? You can fucking ignite. And then I'm gonna spend a resolve and take another action.
Alright.
And turn around and deal with this fucking dog.
Twing?
As I break my hand out of the, like, somewhat decaying wall of sunflowers over here. I'm going to reach back into my coat, pull out my shotgun, point it at the dog, and shoot him in the face.
Ah, fair enough. Blasts into it for 6, tearing off a chunk of its own face. One of its ears is gone.
You're going down too, pup. I suggest you put your tail between your legs and run, mutt, while you still have the chance.
Encore stands back up, points at Princess. You.
Enough with the theatrics, just get on with it already!
They're necessary. Starts running towards Princess and just fucking tackles Princess off Elisar, sending her over here.
With the battle cry of "They're necessary," I love it.
They're necessary.
Oh yeah, alright.
Deleted.
Shoulder, bum rush, tackle, smash! Dog parts everywhere.
This is all too reminiscent of the time we had to fend off a flock of Canadian geese that were trying to poke holes in our life raft.
All right. Reminisce later. Get up.
Oh, right.
Let's go.
What is this about crabs? Oh dear.
Okay,
I'm not sure if that is more dogs or the corporal. Honestly, I'm not sure which to be more afraid of at this point.
you two aren't doing so well.
At the far end of the room, you notice that the light changes as a piercing gaze does look up at you, sort of pleadingly.
Okay, we only have a matter of time to do something before either more frostbitten or the corporal show up. What is it? What have you discovered out there?
There's a colony stand of parasites, feeding monitors with red eyes.
Alright, you're the smart one. I'm the big one. We both know what we must do. And he's gonna start rummaging in his mouth like you're rummaging through a toolbox. And he's gonna produce 3 scrap for a healing bandage.
Yes!
You go do your thing. I got the dogs.
Fine. I'm just gonna warn you, this may be a larger conundrum than you may realize. At one point there were 4 emperors, those gateways. They're all gone. They may have taken some of the crabs and retreated.
In which case, in case something goes funky, Marbles, watch his back. He's gonna hand you a second cat.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Looks at Rolling Girl. You go back to Sikkim. She needs you. And Encore's gonna stance up for these dogs.
Hell yeah! So, Elisar, you have that bandage. I'll let you use it with no penalty to you.
As he's rummaging around, also while trying to wrap that bandage around one of his wings where it got bitten, he's going to yet again use visions. This time, knowing what he's looking for, that there's apparently smaller frostbitten something around in this room. He's going to check over the machinery, and he's going to check back in that corner where he saw that pixelation. Because that didn't seem like anything he recognized coming from the Emperors.
Okay.
And I'll make that 6 explode while I'm at it, because fuck it. Come on, big roll, big roll, big roll!
Okay.
Come on, baby! Oh! Here we go! Here we go!
Time! Then we all are luck went to this roll.
Nothing hides from the great Professor Sierpinski!
You use visions to look around this room and start uncovering the secrets of the very space itself. It seems like last time that you were here, you all weren't exactly looking for the right thing, because what you realize is there is nothing else here. It is just her. But that does not mean you don't realize what's going on because of your thorough investigation. There may not be anything else here, but that doesn't mean you truly identified the true nature of everything in the room. Over here, you realize what this piece of machinery is. And it's on. That's a fucking sound system. But you don't hear anything. And now that you take a closer look at it, it's definitely blasting something full volume into this room.
That's strange. Why didn't we ever notice that before?
Alistar's going to run up and he's going to, again, stop here. He's going to think about that pixelation that he saw. And he's going to realize, wait a minute, that's another illusion, isn't it? And he's going to then, this is a little bit more tricky. He's dealt with visual hallucinations before. Visual illusions and all that. Never with auditory ones. He's going to kind of put his hand not on the ice, but around it. And he's going to close his eyes. And he's just going to focus on if there's a sound that's blasting in here. He's going to try to feel the vibrations coming off of these ice crystals. Is going to try to
oh my god,
imagine he's hearing it. He's hearing something.
Yeah, that's an awesome way to discern this. You can feel the vibrations, a familiar pattern. You don't hear it particularly clearly, but you do feel a distortion. It's that fucking speech.
It's the voice. That's turn back over.
Seiko, I need a mechanic in here, ASAP. Things are about to get rough. Be on your guard.
Coming!
Oh yeah. Behind you, Elisar, there's the bashing sound of metal as 3 forms break their way into the room.
That's what I was worried about.
Furthermore, big guy, rotating as one sort of suspended planet, doesn't have much, so it brings the buzzsaw back down after charging 1 more spin. It currently has 8 spin in that arm.
Yeah!
And it's going to try and cut Act 3's head off!
Can I have Act 3 grab the bird out of the air and put it in the way?
Yeah, you can roll speed for that. Act 3 darts to the side, grabs House of Dreams, holds House of Dreams out, catches the buzzsaw with House of Dreams. House of Dreams takes 4. The rest, 12, is going to you, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend both of my remaining resolve to put that down to 2.
And behind you, the wild thing is going to flick its tail of ice and peppering you.
Can I Haman to just catch them in my hand?
Yeah, you absorb a good chunk of it. It still hurts to do so. You take 3, but it could have been a lot worse.
Hell.
Alright, well I heard a call for a mechanic, so Seiko's gonna take off running.
As you take off running, you will hear as you go from the computer.
Do you want me to preserve power? You seem to be low on battery.
Yes.
Alright, shutting down.
The laptop closes itself.
Going over here, and what do you need, Elisar?
This thing right here. There's been an illusion active this entire time that's preventing us from hearing what has been transmitting. This is it. This is the source of that speech. And it has something to do with Oblivious's current state of being. I'm not quite sure what it is that you've learned from that laptop that Encore was carrying. But whatever it was, this is where we need to apply it. There are no more bugs, or at least from what I can ascertain, in this current chamber. I'm afraid that they may have moved elsewhere, evacuated, using those gateways.
Alright.
Once we are out of here, and if we manage to shut down whatever this speech is, I think we'll have to hunt down the rest of them. I'll do my best to guard you. Here, I'll open up a gateway into the fold.
Alright.
Good luck.
Rolling girl, you're hurt. Get out of here. I'm gonna start trying to disable this thing. Take it offline.
The ice stops vibrating, Elisar. the speaker stop.
That's it. You've managed to shut it off, but I don't know. How can we make sure that they don't just turn it back on again?
You all hear a clunk. A piece of technology falls to the ground.
Wait a minute.
Hey, Encore.
Yeah, he says, doing like the Jurassic Park with all the dogs just back.
I point at the piece of machine that's parts to the ground. Smashy, smashy.
Has it become disconnected? Is that what did it?
It just fell off of her.
I've got a terrible feeling about this, but...
And as for the sound system, I'll take care of it in just a moment.
Because as it explodes on the inside, it's going to do 13 unopposed damage.
Larry is going to have Act 3 hand him House of Dreams. I'm going to use Haman to force all the ice off House of Dreams and force it into House of Dreams Act 2.
Oh! Okay! All of the ice around House of Dreams starts to shimmer and flicker and almost fall away and flutter out into the air all around it, revealing the form underneath with 1 HP. The ice floating in the air has 2 little problems.
Yeah, I was hoping they would melt with Haman because that's what I was doing with pouring ice to water, but unfortunately...
You do momentarily have an Act 2 in your hand.
And then I'm going to force it to activate his lightning abilities?
Yes!
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to try to just immediately teleport along an electrical surface.
Okay,
yeah?
You start to molecularize. It looks at you, it nods, and it's this look of relief on its face as it molecularizes you.
Yeah, cool, I'm inside.
Yeah, you're going in?
Lightning in the sky is still looking out for
I'm
us.
going
You're going in!
Let's
go! You're suddenly in. The barrel of this thing shaking and rocking. There's some sort of internal centrifugal force, as was described. Unfortunately, you didn't hear the Coriolis effect going on in here, stabilizing it. It's a little weird to stand in. Lucy, you're gonna hear Oblivious behind you go, "Oh, I don't feel my body anymore. Yay?"
And that wasn't a natural thing you've created or necessarily wanted.
No, I explained to you I was confused. I don't normally feel my body at all, so it was a strange sensation, I must assure you.
Oh.
Alistar's going to come on over the comms. He's going to say, me and Seiko have managed to find a way to shut down the sound system. We managed to find a way to shut down the sound system. We've noticed that the avatar of Oblivious has de-manifested.
Oblivious over here is feeling more natural.
Yes, but she's de-manifested, but that chunk of transmitting and tech and all that machinery, it still remains. We're not quite sure what to do if we are to destroy it. Could it still be bonded to her somehow?
I'm no longer getting the horrible gut feeling that if you destroy it, it will destroy me. Although that might be because I can't feel it at all. 50-50?
I don't like those odds.
It's better than 100.
Well, 0, I said.
Still pretty bad.
Don't put this on me.
It is still pretty bad.
Don't you put this on me.
I'm putting this on you, bitch.
What of the bugs, the crabs, the crustacean creatures, whatever they were?
I'm thinking that there's one of them right there.
Could this potentially be the hub for them?
If you find some way to verify that, whatever you've been doing has been slowly giving me control back.
If this is the hub, we could try interfacing with it, see if it still has a connection to the others. The other instances. There should be some sort of indication of that.
Could I pass my turn and be after Elisar?
Yeah. Seika, I'm going to need to pull you away for a minute, so you can give me a hand over here. We need to verify that destroying this is not going to destroy Oblivious.
This House of Dreams has landed down on it at this point. It gives you a death glare, Elisar. I will say there is something you would notice just by looking at it.
Yeah, it's still connected to the core machinery inside
It's
this room,
not. That's the thing. There's no connections to anything. The only connections it had were to Oblivious's back, and now that she's not there, they've all kind of fallen out and scattered around like
manifested
cables with no root.
Oh, yeah.
They're those weird cables with the pink crystals on them.
Now that I'm
crystals.
re-looking at the
Okay,
art, yeah,
okay.
because that's what was digging into Oblivious. Okay.
And now that they're not digging into anything,
Yeah, there's no telltale ripple. It doesn't seem like they're connected to anything.
doesn't seem like it. I'm still not convinced though. I'm gonna be checking with the fold.
Sounds good. Give me a precision roll. It is still active. There are receiver nodes all over this entity that seem to be checking for something, checking for some sort of signal.
Well, we've disabled that part at least.
Oh, yeah.
Furthermore, there is a bright light of an eyeball on one of the monitors, which seems to be flicking and looking around what you could only describe as in a panic.
Seiko, can you give me any pointers here? I can't identify any sort of analog connections, but it still might be wirelessly connected to something in this room.
Elisar, that eye is the same exact thing as the thing we killed in the other room. That's an enemy.
Alright, Elisar is going to hold out his flippers in front of him, crack his knuckles, somehow, you don't know how he does it. Is going to look back, is going to toss Encore, rolling gold. Tali, I'd like to enter my Berserker Rage.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay!
I think he's just going to pick it up and rip it in half.
Okay.
Like an oyster, he's going to fucking break it open and try to pry it apart with his beak.
Spend its last Bizarre Field point to negate
Spend
10
that last
damage.
It can't resist it. No. Hilarious.
As your scouter clicks on, Lucy, Elisar, even just the crackling in your ear. I don't know, you probably flick it off your head at this point. Oblivious, take control of your scouters as you hear her.
I figured it out. Okay, that makes sense. This thing must have jumped me at some point in the past, and it was using my own ability to try and manifest an anterior thread, so that it could use my ability without me knowing.
It's really nasty, honestly.
Now that you've turned off the illusion that it was sucking power from, it's completely helpless. So, with nothing to root itself in anymore, these flowers in the pavement will simply wither up and die.
This whole fight has just been a confused mess, not knowing what to do, where to go, what to engage with, what to interact with. However, as I said before, if you don't know what to do, surprise attack.
Anything resolved to take another action?
No.
I'm taking looking at your favorite thing out of my inventory to use as a projectile. I'm taking out the good-ass batteries.
Yeah.
And Encore is gonna make them unstoppable.
Time for some assault and battery.
And aiming directly for the eye with the screen cracked from where Elisar is.
Alright. So what you're going to see is the House of Dreams dives off, trying to intercept your battery. If you get even 1 damage through, that's it.
Got a cat.
Oh, I do have marbles.
I tossed you a rolling gold. Yeah.
You want to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna add a marbles.
Hey.
Need to get a 3.
Word. And with a piercing sound, the battery goes right through House of Dreams and right through the computer monitor. And you see Encore as it pierces by, ripping and tearing at the machinery on the inside. This thing sort of just kind of caves apart. Bits of metal and computer screens and ice, satellite dishes, radio transmitters all fall to the ground in scattered disarray. There's nothing to root in anymore, just a pile of junk. All of the wild things stop. They look at each other. They look at you. They look over at the pile of rubble. One of them takes a step forward, stops, looks at the other two, turns, and starts to run out.
They're retreating. I hope he won. What?
We did?
Oh, I'm shooting the jail.
Can you give me a roll, please?
You know what the butterflies are doing? I'm probably shooting out the bars at the butterfly.
This one is floating over here and landing on this piece of ice. And this one floats here and lands on this wall.
Okay, they're not coming towards me. Good enough. I'm probably gonna try to kill this prison.
Okay, so what it does is essentially it's heaving down its massive arm, trying to bring it down closer to you. It almost seems like it's gonna try and gut itself open to get to you. It takes 16 damage unopposed.
I'm gonna have Act 3, like, pop his hand out the thing and to grab its arm and try to force it away to bend the other ways.
Okay, just a little bit of the buzzsaw is going to get shocked into Act 4. You'll take 4, and as the blast goes off, just... the whole thing caves inwards. You inside, all of the jellyfish crushed in this sort of internal collapse. And all of the metal just kind of collapses on itself.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. You better run. How am I getting out of here?
Just run past you.
You see a penguin chasing them.
Elisar runs out into the cold! Elisar, you see them. Elencor, you too. You see them running down towards a gravel path that goes further into the south direction.
The pit.
The cold.
Come back in.
Gonna try to, like, crawl out from underneath this pile of metal.
Oblivious is just gonna say, "Right. What was it?"
Oh, thank God you're still okay. We're 50-50, I guess.
I've always been a fan of gambling.
Your life.
Oh.
I see my life as a balance, I suppose.
Hey, Oblivious.
Hmm.
You mind if I smash this?
So, smash what?
Bad. This sound system here, so they can't turn it back on?
I mean, I would like to use it at some point, but...
Alright, I'll leave it alone then.
Thank you.
Oh.
So I'm glad you're okay.
Solve the problem, scientist.
Elisar is dragging a little bit of wire in his beak. It just kind of like shakes his head around, kind of like twitchy like, and it just like flies out of his beak and hits the wall.
He go native again.
His blood pressure is pretty high, probably.
Great.
What the fuck happened to you?
This fought a tornado.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I broke the thing.
He broke what?
Hold on. I'm just gonna do this before I forget. Actually, I'm just gonna shoot the two, just pick off both the butterflies.
Okay. Boop, boop.
Makes me feel a little better. Yeah, you just walked through the wall, didn't you?
Yeah.
Elisar's eyes are kind of cloudy looking, and he shakes his head, and like the clarity returns to them. Well, all's well that ends well.
Yeah, you sure gave it a good 1-2 on there. More like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now he keeps going.
I think we managed to save her, Corporal.
I knew you guys could do it if you weren't fucking running away and just took your time to figure out the problem.
That's the thing. Being able to step away for a minute is how we were able to figure out the problem. It turns out Encore had the laptop that was sort of served as Oblivious's main console. It turns out he had it on him the entire time. So it's a major relief that we were able to discover that.
Yeah, I just hope she's okay.
Because she would be just like peeking her head around and moving her hands, just like,
This is rather nice. I kind of miss this sensation, you know?
Glad we can help.
Thank you. It's been a long time since I've had any say in what I do.
Elisar's just gonna kind of glance back at the pile of scrap.
Don't LSR anything we could use that hunk of junk for might end up getting compromised.
That's what I was worried about. We should at least clear it out of this chamber.
Fair enough.
Don't worry about it. Go check on the others. I'll make sure. I'll use visions. Clean that all up. Put it somewhere safe.
Elisar kind of like looks left, looks right, and out of his pocket dimension, he pulls out a dustpan and a little brush, and he starts scooping it into the dustpan.
Thanks, Duncan.
Very
Thanks,
slowly.
Duncan, for that
The like
visual.
penguin-sized dustpan.
Regular sized dustpan, just a small penguin doing it.
I know I said that I wanted to talk to you all in the real world at the end of all of this. But that being said, is there anything I could do to make your time here more comfortable?
Well, can't use you to make more troops for them, so, you already are.
Don't strain yourself too much.
I wouldn't mind some heating.
Heating is something I can do.
You hear a soft throughout the face. Anyone who has frostbite, you can lower it by 1. And Ansel is just gonna go,
I don't remember you being able to do this whole thing. When did you get that?
Sometime in between the collapse and now, I suppose. It's been very helpful, I must say.
and she's going to hold her hand out, and I'm gonna drop her Bizarre Field.
I believe, from what you described earlier at Forced Puzzling, my existence directly mirrors millenniums, yes? So, it would make sense then to me that I would have the same ability as her. Sort of. It seems like she's got a lot more bells and whistles. That thing. Those flowers in the pavement. They were what was forcing me to use my ability. Over and over and over again. Broadcasting that stupid speech out every single note that they possibly could. You see, that's what I can do. I can turn sound into images. I've been using it to keep myself entertained for the long time, but that being said, there's not really a limit to what I can do with it. For example,
She points at the wall, and a speaker starts blaring a sound. And there is just a soft change in the ambience of the room, a change in the color. And all of you feel yourselves warmed up completely. And she smiles.
I mainly use it to make people comfortable. That's really all I really care about at the end of the day. So if there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
And, hey everyone.
Yeah.
The Ice Labs are now a friendly location.
Let's go!
Well,
Base
there is one thing
obliterated.
that we can start doing right away, and that is reinstating your defense protocol. Now, while we were in there, we were able to talk them down, as it were. I knew it was a good choice, not outright destroying them. While you are, of course, now free, it's not going to be easy for you to get anywhere. You are still within a stone's toss of what could very well be our enemy's HQ.
I was thinking about that, Elisar.
It won't be safe here for you to be all out here on your own. But recently, in the day prior, we have made allies with the good doctors. We could rendezvous with them, see if they could sort out something. How about friendly Frostbitten defending you for a change? How does that sound? Not
Friends that are actual friends?
grim bastardizations of the creatures that you have designed. Are the ones that are here to help
At least
you,
they're more likely to
not enslave you.
enjoy the comforts you provide them.
One will just start to appear next to her.
Shoulder.
I'll say I do quite like them still. But seeing how they've been used, there's a sour feeling in me.
Well, then I will also request you try not to blame them. They are not in control of themselves either, you see.
She leans down and gives just kind of a pat under the side of the penguin's head.
It's all a terrible, terrible conundrum we find ourselves in, but we are determined to follow this chain of command to the very top and put an end to all of this.
And I'll make sure that they can't use me anymore.
Hey, Seiko,
Yeah.
mind if I borrow you for a bit? Oblivious, you might want to double check our work.
If I were to suggest anything for you, Oblivious, it is to perhaps find a way that you can instead have the defense protocol activate when someone tries to mess with that sound system in your core room. What was it tied to originally? I don't think I ever caught that detail.
The sound system?
No, your defense protocol. 1 second we were exploring the labs, and then another we were in there. I think Larry threw a rolling gold at something.
It's simply, Dad just wanted to keep me safe, make sure no one messed with my neural programming. That's the thing about us, you see. The stimuli can very easily have a huge change on how we function. He just wanted to make sure it was more of a stable environment, I suppose.
Oh yes, I recall that. There used to be a whole fad when it came to neural networks called prison breaking them, so to speak. Used to be a thing that kids just did for entertainment, but now, of course, well,
I certainly hope
see some of its
that no one
repercussions.
tries to break my prison.
It seems like we've broken one created for you by someone else completely.
I'm just finally happy that this particular nightmare is over.
I'm sorry for any trouble that my friends have caused you along the way.
Well, if they weren't in their right mind.
She smiles.
I find myself not fast to blame a dog for biting back, a snake for being venomous, or a Canadian goose for being attracted to the color yellow.
The color yellow?
What?
You see, it was a yellow life raft that we were suspended on that they were trying to poke holes into.
Oh. Oh, definitely.
This was back in one of my forays in the northern seas. Or not really a sea, more of a lake.
The Northern Lakes are
Northern Lakes, thank you.
American Northern Lakes? Or...
Yes, the Great
Ah,
Lakes.
yes, okay. I've been over in that area a little bit before. Done a little bit of travelling in my childhood. Nice place. What was the name? A ton of state parks up there. They use some greenery nowadays, to be honest.
Well, if you ever want any, it's just a step away.
Oh, I love her.
Atzlor just kind of smiles.
You know what? That's actually a little better already. Can I give you a hug, kid? I know it's not the same for you, but it's just cool seeing you in the flesh and all.
I just think gives her hair a little bit of a ruffle.
We were able to keep you in one piece.
So on track the best ending.
Lucifer?
Yeah, Salazar, you see him like reaching into his pocket. Yeah.
I commend you for overcomplicating things.
Thank you, I try my best. I'm happy.
Yes, and I saw a corporal storming off like that. I assumed the worst. There would be another repeat situation of what I had to do back in the Titanic with that encounter with Murphy.
Oblivious is just gonna go back up from Ansel and just turn.
But despite my worst assumptions, it seems like he had it all together.
Fully under the awareness that it is my duty to accept a reset should something go awry. It's only natural. I don't want to be a burden to people if I were to go rogue? I believe that's the term Dad used.
I must fill you in on some of the implications. How much do you know of the outside world? Not just Antarctica, but everywhere else.
Quite a bit. Enough to get by in colloquial conversation. That sort of thing.
Well,
Enough to know that queens are F-tier dog shit.
I'm not exactly. You know what?
Who taught her that?
Atzlor just like,
Okay, look.
you look at the man whose name is literally King.
I don't know where all of this. I don't know what the significance of this debate between kings and queens and all of this feudal sort of things comes in. I don't get it, but I digress. There is a greater significance to everything that is happening here. Much greater.
Could you elaborate?
The floor
Well-
turns to grass.
What you were to see, Oblivious, aside from debates between kings and queens in which title possesses more power, there is also a large-scale debate going on right now regarding the possibility of artificial life. For the longest time, there's been a furious conflict, trying to decide if human creations, such as you, such as your sister, deserve the same rights that the rest of us do.
I'm very familiar with that debate, actually. And before I got trapped here, it was one of the last things that my dad was so stressed about.
A sour memory to be your last of the mainland, but I assure you, if we are to make it back, we possess intel which could pose out some serious swaying. It has some serious swaying power to it. You see, your sister, Millennium, is a walking, living example, proof of the artificial soul.
She has a soul.
Absolutely. She 100% does. For an artificial intelligence such as her to suddenly develop a stand.
Is that what this is?
She holds up the red light.
Is that what pale blue dot does? Grants a soul?
Well, I've never seen technology achieve quite what Pale Blue Dot is able, but it could very well be something of a similar ilk. And for something like this to develop from you, an individual who started out as a simple chat program, imagine the implications that this could have. In the right hands, this intel, united, could sway the opinion of the public, change the course of this entire conflict. Things could get better back in the
I'm
mainland.
just gonna hold her finger up.
On the contrary, what if someone wants the perfect stand and goes out of their way to create the perfect vessel for it? Information always has two sides, Doctor.
I agree with my sister.
I think the world should know about it, but I don't trust people to use it wisely. The unfortunate burden of us as scientists is to have to fight for the just freedom of information, to have to fight even against those that would twist our words for their own benefit. I just worry that this might be too much for them.
It is not wrong for you to distrust what might exactly come of this, but from my point of view, in my opinion, that does not outweigh that we are truly witnessing something spectacular, something that would redefine not only the science's understanding of the human soul and consciousness, could redefine everyone's understanding of themselves.
An arbitrary definition of a soul. You could put a flat line to say that a soul does not come from being of flesh and blood, but rather understanding. A worldview that has developed to the point at which one has established themselves physically enough to...
And then she produces the little light and it floats around her fingers.
enough to understand their place in the world. Mayhaps.
And if we are able to further research this avenue, there wouldn't be any need to attempt to create some sort of life form to produce the ultimate stand if we can train ourselves to do that. We could be living with stand user schools.
People could actually be taught how to deal with these powers instead of just giving them.
And more so on that, this applies directly into what we are attempting to do with Millennium, to purposefully influence the development and further plasticity of an individual stand.
Act One's gonna walk up behind Elisar, and lightly tap on his communicator, which is still on.
Oh, this must have fallen off when I Thank you. Yes, I got the message. Come in. What is it?
I think they want you in there, mate. They're working on something with the sound system.
Great. Okay. One moment, please.
Okay, do you want to play some checkers for a bit?
Act 1 looks at that, shakes his head, and then pokes LSR again.
What was I wrong? Am I bad in?
Is there something on my shirt?
Puts up a finger up to where their mouth should be, like they're saying, "You're talking too loud. They can hear you."
What? Oh, has this thing been on this whole time? Apologies. That reminds me. Elistar's going to go onto his communicator. Team Tunnel Rats, do you copy?
Loud and clear.
Val, Bliss?
Backed out down to the Flats tunnel entrance. As per your wardens.
That's good to hear. We've got things sorted out back at the escort labs.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's all quiet up here for the time being. We saw a pack of wild things retreating towards that pit that I identified down at the South Pole. But
you should be aware, you hear Val's voice, that Murphy thinks he might soon be out of a job because we haven't seen hide nor tail of a single frostbitten since we started this expedition.
Dang, he's gonna have to go back to being a pilot.
Yes, he's going to have to be useful, the little bloke. I fucking heard that. You hear Echo in the background.
So I think I'm probably gonna need your help with this.
What do you need?
Well, you're the gal to ask about tech and sound systems. I'm gonna pull my communicator out of my pocket. Think we can hook this up to Oblivious and give the sisters an actual permanent way of communicating?
Yeah, we probably could. I did find these documents here that, basically list out kind of like the network and everything. I was thinking of trying to use this so they'd have a direct link where they could just appear to each other, but
I figure we shouldn't give that open of a back door in case things go badly in either location.
This is Future Bee's problem, but as a temporary thing, I think that's a great idea.
It'll allow them to communicate, it'll allow her to communicate with everyone else that we have, you know. Just hook her into the communication network more permanently, but not let her, you know, let each other access each other.
Oblivious doesn't know you're doing this yet, but...
Yeah, that's why I also mentioned, hey, Oblivious, you might want to double-check our work later.
Okay. Seiko will hear as she starts working. You'll hear Millie come up with the scouter.
I can see that. What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. Nothing to worry about yet.
Opening proxy walls is not nothing. What are you doing?
Oh, just give it. It's a surprise, Millie. Just give me a little bit.
Seiko, you're scaring me. Why are you talking like that?
You shouldn't be scared. Don't worry.
Hold on, you're hurt. Give me a second. You just keep working. Don't patch you up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Ow.
Anyway, I'm sorry, but Oblivious, the point behind all of that blustering was that you should absolutely under no circumstances allow yourself to be reset.
Are you sure?
If anyone tries it, here, you know what? Anyone who's not us comes in here and tries to reset you. Here's what you do. You confuse them. You give them 1,000,001 confirmation messages that just get more and more confusing as they go.
Oh, I'm great at doing that. I used to have this game with Anselo where I would put him into a, basically a dungeon with no exit.
That's, okay.
No, it's like a text-based adventure if you ever played those.
But if there's no solution, I know, but if there's no solution, is that really so much of a game? That's more just a...
I was waiting for him.
And Ensler holds the finger up. It was a matter of how long it would take me to figure out it had no exit.
Oh, that would be... I see. But no, you could put messages like, are you sure you want to reset? Are you absolutely sure? Are you absolutely not sure? Are you not absolutely sure? Are you not absolutely not sure?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And I think that's the problem I ran into last time, was I was sure, because the person who activated my console was someone I recognized. At least I thought.
There's been a lot of that happening recently. The perceived recognition, but someone just tricking your sensors. That's all it really
Something
is.
was off. I didn't think much of it at the time, but I suppose I should have. Scary that could have meant the loss of a soul.
Do you know what would help? Taking a catalog of our visual identities. That way, anyone possessing the same biological signature. Would that be the right term of phrase for it?
I will do my best, but, she blinks her eyes. Unfortunately, I can only see in monogram, so there might still be discrepancies.
Well, I don't think any sepia tone LSRs have been running around.
That's the thing. If you're a color other than blue, I cannot tell. She smiles.
That's funny.
Ow, motherfucker!
Is she okay?
I-
Sounds like she's fucking mothers in there.
No, wait, no.
I got you. I'm not as dumb as I may make myself appear. She winks.
Honestly,
You know, I thought you'd be better
Yeah,
at this.
funny.
Stop shocking yourself.
Well, I don't have a multimeter, so fuck off.
I'll go help her.
Oblivious.
Yes.
Do you have any qualms with interfacing with Isotilla, with your sister?
As she's pursed her lips, she's like pondering something, and then she's like, "Oh, I knew I was forgetting something." Plunk.
There we go.
I
What
was
was
really
that?
hoping it would be a tiny one on her stand.
No, wait, that's amazing. Hold on.
Yes!
They're both kings.
Well, what do you say, Lucifer?
Thanks.
Should we try to get in touch with the good doctors, see if we can instate some sort of royal guard, or at least a response team that could arrive here if we get a distress call?
You really gonna trust that guy?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm glad that we're here. I am still so
that guy.
peeved at that guy.
Fucking that guy? Really? Guess I'm the heebie-jeebies, man.
Oh.
That guy sent us here, and we have completed the mission that he set us to do. So if we want to continue showing good faith, it is only
Wait, who
reasonable
sent
that we
you
respect some in return.
So, we should at least fill you in on the situation of the warring kingdoms, my liege.
All right, do you want to uphold the metaphor? I can speak in all kingly tones again if you want.
While I do miss it, let's speak plainly for the moment.
It was literally just to fool myself. It was starting to get hard at a point. Not to mention I didn't really know you all, and I was kind of anxious, and as it goes. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. Go on.
We've noticed that the faction of Frostbitten, led by the Good Doctor, who is a Frostbitten comprised of your father, at least a large portion of him.
There's also a portion of them which belongs to Dr. Tiller.
She's just kind of tapping her fingers on her chin as these things apparate behind you, just nonchalantly, like it's nothing. She then goes, "Dr. Tiller? Camellia?"
Yes, it appears that after an accident, she has perished in the accident.
Oh,
And due to your sister's stand, has been used as a component for the Good Doctor, so she's not gone, but she is not of herself anymore.
Yes, the part of her that remains is now part of the collective known as the Good Doctor, or the Good Doctors, as I've been referring to them as.
she was always so nice to me.
She seemed incredibly nice.
She, at least the part of her that remains, has been able to keep the Good Doctor's temper in check. for the most part, but I think she could use some help, to be honest.
Is that a sly illusion for me?
Honestly, giving them an actual station to defend, it isn't that terrible underground bunker.
She kind of tilts her crown up. Well, I do believe happiness and comfort are my 2 top priorities. I could at least take a stab at it. I've never tried to comfort an undead before, but I suppose it's not that different, right?
We could at least ask.
We could
because
find out.
The good doctor did send us over here, which means whatever plan that he had because the Guardian was gone, I still don't understand why he sent us here aside from perhaps seeking to destroy something. He sent us here for you. I'm just gonna be blunt. While you were on the other side of the war, the good doctor may have seen you as an adversary.
The good doctor knew of the Devil of the South, but hadn't, I'm assuming, little understanding of what exactly their relationship was with you. What the dynamic was, whether you were a willing contributor to this whole war or not.
Well, I would, if it's Cammy, I would really like to talk to her. I always enjoyed our chats. She's so smart. She told me a lot of things, you know.
Sure, if asked, the good doctor's, the bliss side of good doctor could step aside for a moment. He has before.
And if he needs to be pulled down kicking and screaming, I can help you. I know how to talk me bro down, even if it's a spooky, impassionate alter ego or whatever.
And I believe that if you ever find yourself in trouble, Oblivious, now that we have actually taken these labs, the good doctor will view it as an aggression towards now what we own. So, I'm sure one way or another he'll reasonably be defending you.
Okay. Alright.
On the plus side, he is also able to respond to any sort of distress call very, very quickly.
At worst, we could ask for a few of the penguins to be placed over here.
Mm-hmm. What did you call it? Yeah, remember fast travel?
They were interdimensional gates, yes.
Okay, now Lucifer, that's like a real thing. I'm telling her in video game terms because she gets that. What? Fast travel.
Yes, I understand what an interdimensional gate is.
Okay, fuck me for trying to be nice. Fuck me for trying to be nice.
He's getting smarter, Uncle.
Now
You
you're
know what,
thinking with portals.
I was gonna go play checkers with Harold or whatever the fuck. See what you guys are doing. It's way more interesting.
Please tell me they're playing poker.
Yeah, they're betting. They're betting on cards. I think they're playing hearts.
No, personally, I think it's a good idea. Lucifer, I understand that you are, of course, worried about possible ulterior intentions from the good doctors. Or was it something else entirely? I'm not sure.
There's been a lot that's happened these past 2 days. Another one of my main fears is the butterflies. They basically entered this base and created Frostbitten, essentially under the control of the devil. And given he's just gonna grab his necklace and he's gonna extend his hand and he's gonna have crazy town form. I don't know what these could do to Oblivious now that she's no longer shackled.
Emotionally speaking, she looks at you. I was presuming you did not want me to broach the subject.
If anything, I need more information about this.
I would be happy to clarify.
I would want nothing more in the world.
Would you like a drink? It won't fill you up, but it'll feel nice.
I would.
Would you like a drink? It won't fill you up, but it'll feel nice.
I would.
Would you like a drink? It won't fill you up, but it'll feel nice. Would you like a drink? It won't fill you up, but it'll feel nice.
That sounds lovely.
She'll hold her hand out, and an invisible hand pouring a tea kettle will pour a cup of coffee. And she'll hand it out to you. And then she'll just say, as she's handing it out, preference?
Looks and dark roast, lots of cream, 7 sugars.
Alright.
That is how my sister likes it.
Mid-grab, the drink starts to swirl around and froth, and you can smell it, you can feel it, there's warmth coming off of it. All of this being produced just by a simple illusion, but it's so comforting. Feel free to remove all your frostbite.
Placebo effects are a thing in science.
Well, more about that, Lucifer. Speaking of placebo effects, I have been wondering if this entire blizzard I've been faced with is an illusion in itself. You saw as well as I did that up top that mountain, it was all perfectly clear.
Which mountain?
Mount Evans?
Mount Evans. The one with the weather tower? That one?
Bingo.
Well, from what my eyes on the outside of the base say, it's not a fake blizzard, but if you could see nothing up there...
Well, maybe nothing is the wrong term for it. More like I could see everything.
Everything? What do you mean?
Everything. And there was no blizzard. That's... Simply cannot elaborate more. When I was up on the peak, it was like the blizzard never existed.
I wish I could give you more information in that regard. See, normally I would actually have weather diagnostics, but I've lost connection to the probe. So, I'm sorry. I can't tell you whether or not it's picking anything up.
It could also be tied to when you disappeared from us for about an hour.
Feels crazy down landing on Harold.
Yes.
His smile widens a little bit.
More questions to ask, more pieces of the puzzle to find their place. Right.
Thanks everyone for coming to visit and help me out of this scenario. I don't know where I would be without you all.
And with that,
we are going to sleep.
Next time we will come back on Polar Night 3, where you guys can finally heal.
Damn it! I want that terrible pile of cardboard boxes I was sleeping on.
Lovely session.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought Oblivious was fucked. I thought y'all were just gonna legitimately kill her. I was just like, oh, okay.
I really want to know, because you never got to enact it. What was your plan originally, Mikey? Because I knew you were cooking
plan
something.
Was, before the session, I figured because of how I remember phrasing it, I had picked up and thrown LSR in front of me. So I figured I would have LSR in front of me to be either confronting me or trying to plead or something. So my plan was basically to say we don't have time. Either we're getting back in there, I'm going to buy you as much time as I can, and you are going to do what scientists do best and figure out the problem. Or I'm going to have
You were gonna hold me at gunpoint for me to fix the problem.
I'm going to do what I'm here to do
gonna take
and
me
eliminate
hostage.
the threat.
Oh my god.
If it came down to it, I wasn't using my resolve, because if it came down to it, I was going to resolve rush and blow up the entire room.
Yeah, I think we all thought you were just going to straight up kill her.
Yeah, that was. It was. We're either going to save her or I'm going to kill her.
Yeah. My little dummy's colorblind. Look at her.
Oh, she doesn't understand the difference between the blue frostbite and the red frostbite. It's so funny.
Yeah. It all culminates in my favorite infuriating thing.
Right.
Which is her stand being called Pale Blue Dot. It's a red circle.
It's a red circle, yeah.
That's why Hanslor decided to hold his tongue at the end there.
Yep.
My god, Tali.
Oh my god. She named it even though she can't see red.
Named it wrong.
Oh,
So we
Thank
had
God
some
your
stand
programmer's
drops
been color
today.
differential.
Primarily the final 2 parts of tiny glowing screens.
But not the first
Here's
one.
part 3. Not the first one, because
Which
I
we
can't
left
have
in the
logic.
room, by the way. We didn't kill them. They were still there when last we looked.
which still,
They were still there. I just let them leave.
you see, this is
They just left.
They
Like,
just fucked off.
first off, lovely art. Second off, this is still like one of like the most like side big questions I have. Why are there so many around the good doctor? If these ones are considered to be on the devil side. We know that there's frostbitten on both sides that are of similar nature, but what?
Maybe they're more
I-
neutral than.
So I alluded to it at one point, and I think the good doctor directly said it, so this might help clear up some confusion if you would like me to clarify something real quick that I think you all should know. Because I did say it as the good doctor, but it might not have been given enough emphasis.
I may also be foregoing something.
He was working with the devil for a while, and then they had a disagreement, and now they're not working together anymore.
Ah, okay. Because I remember you talking about working with the butterfly. It was probably at that point where I was just like,
Yeah.
huh?
There's been a lot that's been said, but no, they were working together, and then something happened, and now they're not.
It also came across of the frostbitten that stayed with me are more human, as the other ones want to be more
Yep. They're a big old disagreement.
aggressive.
Or they just want escape.
I wonder if that's something I did.
So it's
would
more
give
of
up-
the ones
give up their
that
free
stayed
will.
are the ones that still kind of remember what they were, at least, and haven't
Circle in the
given
square.
up yet.
At least still believe in the
Finally!
good doctor. Yeah.
This was supposed to be like an episode 3 drop, I kid you not.
Yo.
This
We ran
was-
away instead. Later, loser.
This
Then
song
it
was
came
amazing.
back this
I love it.
episode in an amazing scene with that hallway tally. Holy
God,
shit.
yeah, dude. I just had the visual of like, oh, Larry comes in and he sees the like corrupted, abducted circle in the square just like pulsing with the jellyfish. Oh, that's gonna be cool, like a freaking horror monster hallway shit. I had fun
This
setting that up.
thing, having a grudge against him like that, man, it feels like it
makes
was
sense.
all leading up to this encounter.
It does, right? But this wasn't planned in the slightest. I literally chose this song because I thought it was an amazing early encounter.
It's all those
But
little
no, it turned out
incidental
so
things that all just kind of fall into place naturally. It's
It
amazing.
made this thing so much more terrifying too.
Especially since it was it basically, instead of picking the fight with the other spin users, it picked a fight with the one Hamad guy.
Yeah.
You wanted to
different
fight
fighter.
that guy.
The one Haman guy with 100% accuracy. Ay, ay,
Dude
ay.
never misses. And then we've got, I'm gonna repost these 2 artworks because they're some of my favorites.
Aw,
We've got
You
flowers
put it
in the
all
pavement.
little craft.
One of the most fucking terrifying arts I've made just simply for the idea of, okay, and talk about this a little bit, because the way that you went about learning about it did not make it very clear what was actually happening. That was intentional. I wanted there to be a chance you all could just fuck up and kill her. Because what this was doing is it has the ability to attach itself to illusions. It can connect itself to things that don't exist, fake things. Pipe dreams, flowers in the pavement.
Oh.
So it can tie itself into Oblivious and control her. Likewise, it could do the same to Millie's illusions. What this was doing is it was broadcasting a radio signal all across the South Pole to all of those little radio nodes that you heard, and anytime you heard the speech playing, it was using Oblivious's ability with Pale Blue Dot to create a sound-based illusion.
Oh, that explains the tunnel.
Yeah.
So this ability is what was hiding the Good Doctor's factory for a little while. This ability is what was hiding other alternate routes.
And I'm assuming, just judging by his appearance, this is one of the good doctor's machinations.
It sure do be made of metal.
Yep.
Oh,
But
that's
he lost
actually
control of
interesting.
it when he split up with the Devil of the South.
Real convenient he didn't fucking tell us about this.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what he wanted. He wanted us to 86 this from the devil.
We're not giving her. We're not calling for reinforcements from the Good Doctor for this, right? He'll just want to put her
We'll find
back
out.
in its cage.
The King's God!
Things so many different places.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's.
Like
it's
the ice
far-reaching.
Is this one's the chaplain speech?
Do you think like every single one of those radios is part of this colony? That's what I'm starting to feel.
Well, it's a shame they don't have access to her ability anymore. So yeah, basically, what Amy said was pretty accurate. You destroyed the thing that made the frostbitten. Blueprints.
Yep.
Not the
Unfortunately,
frostbitten, but the blueprints.
hey guys,
Yep.
remember when you were talking about, I don't know what's going on with that blizzard. I'm pretty sure I, out of game, do. I don't think Larry's realized it yet. Though there's no blizzard, it's just a shit ton of butterflies.
So that's why Lucy's always cold outside.
It's just butterflies.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to use, but I had 2 of these for different scenarios. Whether or not you dropped her ability in the illusion or out of the illusion.
Ah, I love you.
Problem
I
is,
want to
it's
share
still-
this one.
I like your theory, but it could still be right. I just don't know how it ties into the whole conundrum with Mount Evans.
See, my thing is that I think Mount Evans has something not blizzard related. I look and say this is the Antarctic. It is. We are in Antarctic's like what? Our summer months, their winter months.
Yep.
So it's just fucking cold.
Yeah,
Just fucking cold.
Definitely fucking cold.
Imagining that many butterflies. Lucy and Jared created a crazy town. Like, Jared created a crazy town. Imagine that many fucking butterflies. Technically isn't out of the question.
No, and
But-
especially with their
cold.
experimentation,
Especially if
their
they've been
projects that they were doing
experimented
to
on and
together.
are now self-replicating without affecting your sister.
The extension of power that we've seen is capable of some of their studies.
I just think it's a blizzard.
Bliss, if you could
think-
stop having a 3-way civil war, that would be great.
My favorite part about Bliss is that you start the campaign with the softest, nicest version and you slowly realize how fucked up he was.
Yeah.
It's
Fully
true.
expecting to see Act 4.
Fair.
That is Hell Act 4.
There was some straight bangers today.
Flowers in the Pavement, I'm sure if you all were paying attention, you heard it. It's why her name's Oblivious.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
I
heard.
heard it.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
oblivious, and I was like,
that.
Yeah,
I do the
I
Spider-Man meme.
thought that was a cute little name for a character. I was like, oh, I like that. I'm gonna use that.
That's great. I love it.
We get to connect the sisters together next episode.
Yeah, let
We
them
get
talk.
to roll hell.
Pen pals. Do the one thing Bliss was terrified to do. Let them talk.
Tali, did you like the ad-libbing the sake of shocking yourself in the background?
Yeah, it was funny.
Listen, the two AIs talking to each other right now.
Yourself, I just healed back.
It's gonna be adorable. We're gonna love it. They're gonna be very good friends. It's a problem for a future campaign because you know what happens when 2 AIs talk for a long time.
regards
Black Goop.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a future campaign problem.
Oh, yeah.
Future problem.
That's a future disaster. Not a current disaster.
There's a reason I'm like, don't make it so they can access each other. Just make it so they can talk.
Hi, my name is Oblivious. I'm designed to check the weather, turn on the AC, and play checkers.
My
Like,
prime
I won't be
directive
drink
was
up
live,
later.
laugh, love.
He's having an episode.
I see. I figured I should give you a heads up because I've just gotten the plague.
No, Millie.
El virus.
Fuck.
El virus.
Give me a second to
Millie,
drink
I
some
thought we
water.
got rid of 25-25.
The virus is back.
It's not 2525. It's fucking COVID-19.
You're a robot. How'd you get COVID?
Holy shit, wait a minute. 25-25 could give you COVID. Holy shit. I didn't even think about that.
God damn, Tali.
Why you got
Cracked
COVID?
bandage, we're fine. He's got cracked a bandage for him.
At least I can prevent disease.
In this episode, the gang gets COVID.